Hello student, welcome to social studies class. According to your second evolution syllabus, chapter 7 it is there, and today I shall start this chapter. It is architectural development in India. Now, so how this architectural development took place and who developed all this, under whose patronage, and the people who were the people those are paying for the development. Now first we will see the architectural development which took place from 800 AD to 1200 AD. In this period, whatever the architectural development that took place, that we will see. Now, so all this architectural development and this architecture, these were built very marvelous, and the number of all these included fort, palaces, and the worshipping place, temple, and the other structures. Now, mainly the kings and the queens, they used to patronage and they used to finance the construction of all these costly architecture, or the palaces, forts. Forts means kila, fortified area, temples. Some of these name of these temples and their places, all this will come to know in this class. Now, the Koilas temple at Ilora, built in the second half of the 8th century AD by Rashtrakuta king. Rashtrakuta, it was a dynasty. So the king from that particular dynasty, they built this temple, and with that temple, so it marked the beginning of temple architecture. Now, while constructing the different temple and the other structures, so different styles were followed, and all the style also we'll discuss one by one. Now, the Koilas temple consists of mainly the 4 parts. One is the main shrine, the main worshipping place. Second, it is the beautiful carved gateway called Gopuram. It is carved gateway, okay, carved gateway. Okay, it is also called as Gopuram, the entrance. And Nandi's shrine between the huge tower and an assembly hall. Assembly hall, mainly at present also, if you visit the number of temples, you will find that one assembly hall is there. So this assembly hall is used for religious purpose as well as for the social purposes. Social purposes, for say sometimes the grindings, okay, grindings of this grains, and for other things, weaving and all this also sometimes the people used earlier. Now, next we will see that these are the main 4 parts of this Kailash temple. So, which was built by Rashtrakuta kings. Now, next it is the Lingaraja temple, Bhubaneshwar. Now, Nagar style. What style is there? Okay, Nagar style is there. Besara style is there. Dravida style is there. Okay, so now we'll see the Nagar style. So it was developed in Odisha between 10th to 13th century. Now let's study some marvelous temple constructed in this style, okay, by following the same style, Nagar style. Now, Lingaraja temple in Bhubaneshwar. Now, ruler of this Ganga dynasty, they built this temple in 1100 AD. Now, the interior of the temple, it is very plain. The interior of the temple, it is very plain. There is no complexities, right? but outer walls are beautifully carved. Okay, beautifully carved. Carved means what? Okay, it is not like plain or straight. Okay, like this it is carved. Arc, number of means the uh, peak of the number of temple will come to know all this. So some are arc is also there, arc. Okay, so in the mathematics also when we draw an arc, so uh, arc it is like this, it is arc, right? So here if we clean this portion, then arc, right? So some arc style also we will come to know. Now the outer walls of these temples are beautifully these are carved. Okay, so these are the artistic skill of the people of that era. Now Mukteshwara temple, Bhubaneshwar, this one is also located there. Now this temple is also built by this Ganga dynasty in 10th century, and it is an arched gateway. Arched gateway, this type of gateway it is there. Okay, so gateway it is like this. Okay, like this gateway, arched gateway, and decorated with beautiful sculpture that depicted the life of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna's life depicted means the different phases of his life. Okay, so say the uh, depiction, say the playing of flute. Okay, so depiction of Lord Krishna playing flute. So like this different life of the Lord Krishna, these are depicted. Now Sun Temple at Conrad. Now this Sun Temple, it was also built by King Narasimha Deva I of the Eastern Ganga dynasty. It is dedicated to the sun god. Okay, or the Surya. Surya god, the temple is solely dedicated to Surya god or the sun god, and the temple built by the Eastern Ganga dynasty. Now, it is this structure of this temple, it is in the form of a rath drawn by 7 horses. The rath, I hope you all have seen the Rath Yatra and all this. So, okay. So, exactly like the rath, the structure it is built, and the big wheels fixed on either side are beautifully carved. It is located at Conrad in Odisha. So rath, those who have seen, okay. So rath is also on wheels. Okay. So now big wheels fixed on either side, both the sides, and these are also beautifully carved. Okay. So now these are the means artistic skill of the people and those who constructed. Okay, so their skills are there directly means are reflected in the pupils devotion. Now next temple we will see that Dilwara Jain temple. Now this temple, it is located at Mount Abu in Rajasthan, which were built during 11th and the 13th century. Now they are made of the white marbles, and these temples have no tower. Okay, shikar. Okay, the peak, not tower. This temple have very delicate carving in the interior, while exterior is simple and the plain. Now interior of this temple, it is very delicate carving, and exterior means the outside, it is very simple and the plain. Okay, there is no means very means like other temple. Okay, so drawing or painting, there is nothing such. Okay, very simple and the plain. Okay, now Bundelkhand style of temple we'll see. Now this style followed mainly, or the temples constructed in the 10th and the 11th century near Jabalpur in the Madhya Pradesh. The Khajuraho temple show Bundelkhand style. Now Bundelkhand style, while studying the different temples, okay, or the worshipping places of different religious groups. So we find number of styles which were followed, and while studying the sculpture also different styles were also followed. And Mathura, Amaravati, Gandhara, these are the three different sculpture style which are followed. So like this in the temple also, one of the style it is Bundelkhand style, and this style we find it is in Madhya Pradesh Khajuraho temple, which shows the Bundelkhand style. This temple built by Chandala ruler, and the most famous among the different temples, the most famous one it is Kandariya Mahadev temple. Now this temple, it has 84 decorated small tower surrounding the main towers. Small in the picture also in your book it is clearly given. So 84 small towers are there. So small towers are there which surrounded the main towers. Every inch of the wall is covered by excellent sculpture. So all the walls were covered by excellent sculpture, and the temples and the other structure constructed between 750 to 1200 AD are the specimen of great intellectual tradition. However, many were destroyed by the invaders, Muslim invaders. Now, from ancient period, earlier, people were much devoted, and it was because of their devotion and the patronage of the kings. So all these, the different temples which are still in a living condition, so these were constructed, and it was because of that patronage of the king number of the temples were constructed. But because of the invasion by the invader, so number of these temples were destroyed. Now next we will see the palaces. Palaces, palaces. These are means a Raj Mahal. Okay. So number of these palaces were constructed by the Rajput rulers. Other rulers also constructed. Now the Jaipur Palace where the ruler resided is a huge and the magnificent. All the palaces, some of the movies also might be have seen that the palaces, how all these were constructed in every palaces. So if danger comes or whenever any critical situations comes, so how king he is to escape, so that escaping one way is also always kept in the palaces, so that at the time of danger king by taking his family he can escape. So one example here it is given that the Umayyad Bhaban Palace at Udaipur, built of sandstone, is impressive. It is quite beautiful and very impressive. And now construction of such palaces, these are not very easy task. Okay, and it was not the overnight task also. So while constructing such palaces, temples and all this, so it took number of years, okay, decades, okay, more than 10 years, 15 years. Now some of the construction or the monuments constructed during the Sultanate period, okay, so that we will see now. Architectural developments also that took place during the Sultanate period, and the Sultanate period structure or the monuments which constructed, it gave the idea of some Hindu design also. Now Islamic design and the ideas were borrowed, and as a result, the existing Hindu ideas and the structures that also taken, and as a result, so growth of a new Indo-Islamic style of architecture developed in Indian subcontinent. Now, Muslim mosque in the tomb had domes, beautiful minarets. They had arched roof, ceiling called bolt, keeping in mind the Islamic tradition. The Turk did not have animal or animal forms on the wall of buildings. Now, in Islam, these are prohibited to draw any living things on wall, say animal or human, and this is the main reason that Muslim ruler, when they patronage construction of these palaces or tomb, maqbaras, mosques, all this. So this is the main reason that they had not drawn any animal or human on the walls. Instead, what they did, so sometime lotus, this flower drawn, and the verses of the Quran, these were written on the wall. Clear? Now, some of the example of the Delhi Sultanate construction, it is Quwwatul Islam Mosque built by Qutbuddin Aibak at Delhi is one of the earliest monuments of Delhi Sultan. Later, Qutub Minar, Alai Darja, the tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Firuz Shah Kotla, tomb of Lodi King at Delhi were built. Now, this Qutub Minar, it is of 5-story. Total 5 stories are there, and the height of this, it is 72.5 meter, and it is, each story has a different pattern and goes on tapering as on the story ascent. Tapering means the size of, it is not that, so say the base level it is this much, okay, and like straight it is going up, it is not that, so it is tapering like this, getting small. So 5 stories are there, and the each story, okay, each story has a balcony. Its construction was started by Qutbuddin Aibak and completed by Iltutmish. Clear? So the construction of the same, this Qutub Minar, started by Qutbuddin Aibak and completed by Iltutmish. Now again, it has also means different historians have different this opinion. So some says that some portion of this Qutub Minar destroyed during the revolt of 1857 when India was ruling by British. Now next construction, it is Alai Darwaja was built by Alauddin. It is an example of earliest use of arc at the entrance of building. This arc I said, so this style also followed while constructing the mosque, means in the entrance. The wall of the gateway are richly decorated. So entrance or the walls, so these are very richly decorated. So means artistic skills are directly reflected on the wall. So if you visit all these tombs, okay, those are the means monuments which are still existing in India, and Taj Mahal, it is also one of the 7 wonders in the world. So if you see, if you visit, and those who have visited, so you can see the skill of the people of that type. Now tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Now Tughlaq ruler also built massive structure, but they followed simple architecture. Now tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq has a sloping wall built on raised platform. It has a marble dome. Dome, you know, okay. So this is dome, okay. It has marble dome. this Ghiyasuddin tomb. In this tomb, where means the person or this Ghiyasuddin buried, so the tomb it was erected or constructed. Now with this Ghiyasuddin, okay, and the Lodi building, the ruler of Lodi dynasty built elegant buildings. These buildings were often in the middle of the garden. Lodi garden in Delhi is the example of Lodi architecture. So Lodi garden, okay, Lodi dynasty also constructed number of these things, and it is Lodi garden in the Delhi is example of this Lodi architecture. Now, like this, with this, the Delhi Sultanate, their monuments and their construction, it is completed here. And then now we will move Mughal architecture 1526 to 1707 AD. Now when Babur came, so after winning the battle of Panipat, okay, so 1526, and after winning the number of the subsequent war, battle of Khanwa, battle of Agra and all this, so he established the Mughal dynasty in India, and they took and they settled themselves in India and assimilated with the Indian culture and the tradition and all this, and they started ruling India as their homeland. And subsequently, so they also started constructing the number of these monuments and the buildings, okay, mosque, maqbaras and all this. And after winning the sometime to commemorate the winning of any places, and say the Buland Darwaja constructed after winning the Gujarat, so to commemorate the victory. So like this number of the monuments, all these were constructed by the different Mughal rulers. So now we will see all this one by one, and it is also means the architectural development during the Mughal period, okay, took place during their regime or their period. And the Mughal rulers, they were a great patron of this art and architecture and the painting and all this. So some of these their construction, which includes the tomb, mosque, minars, etc., and many of them still survive in Indian subcontinent. So the Mughal rulers, okay, so they used white marble and the red sandstone for the construction of this building. Now these were decorated by natural scenery. So natural scenery, like in the Hindu temples and or the following, say the to appease the different god and the deities. So in the different temple, you will find that the sun temple, it is totally dedicated to the sun god or the Surya god. So uh, because of this, that the different paintings, okay, or the sculpture you will find on the wall of this temple, but in the mosque and the tomb, maqbara and all this, you will not find all these things. So a natural means scenery you will find, okay. So now Akbar built Agra Fort on the bank of the river Yamuna. So he later chose his capital. Okay. So a new capital Fatehpur Sikri. Okay. So among the construction, among his prominent building, okay, in the city, where the Diwani Am, where the emperor held his general darbars, where the common people used to come and to they put forward their grievances to king, and the Diwani Khas, where so he used to held the private audience meeting. So Diwani Am and the Diwani Khas, these are the two places where which were constructed by him. Now Jodabai Place, next it is the Rang Mahal, then the house of Birbal, and then the Jama Masjid, the tomb of Sheikh Salim Chishti. Now Akbar also constructed Buland Darwaja, that also I said, at Fatehpur Sikri to commemorate the conquest of Gujarat. So Akbar also constructed that Buland Darwaja. Now these are the construction of these Mughal kings. Now this Buland Darwaja, it is a very magnificent gateway, 40-meter wide. Okay, So you see the 40-meter wide, it is there, the entrance of this darwaja. It carries a beautiful inscription it is there, means in Bengali we call it is shilalipi. Okay, so this all about the construction and the architectural development which took place during the Mughal era. In short, it is given in your book, and in the higher classes you will get all details or the different style which were followed by the Mughal and the Delhi Sultanate, and prior to the Delhi Sultanate rulers. Now here the Shah Jahan case study it is given. So here whenever the name of this Shah Jahan, okay, comes in our mind, so often we remember him of his construction, okay, Taj Mahal. So Taj Mahal, it is also called as a dream in marble. So it is a Persian style but Indian in spirit. So he constructed in the memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal on the bank of Yamuna in Agra. So the design and construction, it was completed by an Iranian named Ustad Isa. So while constructing this Taj Mahal, so it took 22 years and 3 crores rupees, and total worker 20,000 worker continuously they work for 22 years to complete this Taj Mahal, and it was constructed in loving memory of his wife. Okay, his wife means Shah Jahan's wife. So this is all about the architectural development which took place during the Mughal period. So with this your chapter it is finished, and though here it is in your book it is given a case study of Shah Jahan, so you read it once, and mainly the Taj Mahal, and why Shah Jahan constructed this Taj Mahal, and the total expenditure of this monument, and how many workers were employed during that time to construct that particular monument. That also you remember. Short question may come from this case study. So you read well at home, read this chapter, enjoy this class, and if you face any problem, so you call me at night 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. every night, so without any hesitation, so I shall help you to solve your all problems. This is all about the day's discussion at end of the chapter, and full discussion of the chapter and note will be given to you also.